The following announcement has been paid for by Lane Vision.
Okay, yo to the triple yo, it's Mr. Lane, and I am Bizak, and on track. So what I'd like you to do, and this would be right when we ended the third video here, and I want you to get your simulator up. Whoops, that is not what I wanted to do. Okay, so I want you to go to hardware, and I want you to go to keyboard, and I want you to toggle software keyboard. Now, when you click on each one, I want you to type in the word with your keyboard here. Now, I know since you have a lot. Okay, now when we try to press return, notice that in any of the text fields, we cannot get rid of the keyboard. And when we try it on the keyboard with our laptops, you know, it works fine because I'm going to press return on my keyboard on my laptop and it disappears. Now, problem being is that when you're on your phone and you don't have a keyboard and you can't get rid of the keyboard, it's going to be a problem. And a lot of you have your button a little bit further down because you have more text boxes than I do. So that's kind of where we're at. So what we're going to do is we're going to quit out of that, and we are going to take a look at a couple things. So first thing we're going to do is we are going to come into here, and unfortunately for you guys that you chose this project, this is going to be a little bit tedious. So basically we got to get all your text fields. So you're going to have to go and kind of call them all out. Verb, ing. We're going to do dot delegate, and it's going to equal self. And then we're going to do it for all of them. So it might be easier to copy and paste those. I don't know if it will be or not, other than using the autofill. But we're going to have to do it for each one. So adjective. Okay, so I'm making to go this fast. You guys do it yourself, and we'll see you after the time lapse. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to notice all these errors, and all these errors cannot assign value of type view controller to type UI text field delegate. So we kind of got to look for where the UI view controller is, and here it is. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to add now a UI text field delegate. And to understand what a delegate is, we're going to hold the option key down on the keyboard, and we are going to get a question mark, and we're going to click on it. And here's kind of a summary of everything that the UI text field delegate does, and it's a set of optional methods that you use to manage the editing and validation of text in a text field object. So you can use these methods to validate text that the user has typed, to respond to specific interactions with the keyboard, and to control the overall editing process. So we are going to use this as a way to kind of control our keyboard. So you have all these different methods and things, and you can click on them and you'll learn more. And you can learn and do a lot from using the information provided here. Now, we can also open this up in the development documentation, developer documentation, and it'll tell you everything about it in a little bit bigger, and you can easier read it. But you know, all of this has things that will work and be used with this protocol, the UI text field delegate. So this is really kind of the meat of really learning how to edit and code is kind of going through and looking at documentation, and trying to understand it, and then finding videos online that people do that can help you understand it. So we got rid of that, and we have all this, but that's not going to necessarily fix our problem. So we're gonna create a couple functions that kind of do some of the work for us. So I'm just gonna get rid of that. Now when you start typing, you need to type below the bracket here, the brace, and we are gonna create a function, and we're gonna call this hide keyboard. And with all functions, we need to make sure that we have our braces. And now what we are going to do is we are going to take all our text fields again. So we're going to have to retype them all out. But we're going to put this, since we're going to use this a few times, we're going to put this in a function so you don't have to keep typing it out. This time when we call it, we're going to use resign first responder. Now once again, click on and find out what this is, and this says notifies this object that has been asked to relinquish its status as first responder in its window and is set to become a bool. Okay, so it's true that it resigns the first responder status. So basically when the keyboard pops up, it is the first responder and it is control of the app at that time, and we want it to kind of relinquish the command. So once again, we're going to time lapse through this and then kind of make sure that you get them all. Now I promise this is, I believe, the last time that we have to do this. Okay, so just kind of go through it and get all these done, and we'll see you on the other side of time lapse once again. And we're going to come down here outside of this function, and we are going to create one more function. So we're going to func, and this one is actually built in. So we are going to look up text field, and then the top option is should return. And we're going to use that function. And inside here, we are going to run our hide our keyboard, and then we're going to return this function to be true. Since it's asking for a bool here, it's got to come back true or false, and we want it to be true. Now let us run our app once again and see if we can make this all kind of work out. So if you don't get the keyboard to pop up, go to keyboard, toggle keyboard software, and big test, press to return. Boom. 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 Relinquishes the control. It's a beautiful thing when it all works. Okay, then you put it in, you reset it, and you type stuff, and whatever the case may be. Alright, so there you go. That is how we do it here at Lane Vision. We give all the solutions and we bring the fun. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoy the app, and hope you guys enjoyed the class. Have a good day, and this is Lane Vision signing out. Peace out.